Finally, guys, a break in the weather. It's finally cool. It rained crazy last night, thunderstorms and everything. And right now, man, it feels like 65. You know, it's cool. So we definitely needed that break. Grass needed some water too. Anyway, I need to get some drill bits because I got to drill a bigger hole in the adapter for me to get the blade onto this snapper. I don't really care about this, but it drives me crazy that I can't get it going. It's been like 6 months, you know. Anyway, I'll get some drill bits and see if that works out. I found this one yesterday. It needs new wheels, all 4. They're shot. Looks like he ran into something so that the top part, the front part under the deck is bent in. So the blades will hit it. Bang, 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 bang. I don't even know if it starts yet, you know, but I'll work on this later. This mower over here, I kind of forgot where I got this from, but anyway, we fixed this, and it ran pretty well for the first 5 minutes or so. But I think that the diaphragms in this Pulsa jet was all worn and stretchy and stuff, and you need to have a good diaphragm and gasket for the Pulsa jet carburetor. So I ordered a new diaphragm and gasket, and it comes in an envelope, because I only paid $1.84 for this. $1.84, free shipping. And you know why it's free shipping? Because it's in an envelope with a stamp. So it cost him only 50 cents to ship it. eBay fees, PayPal fees, he must have got this for 50 cents or something, and he's making 50 cents off of it, you know? It's by Reisman. Never heard of Reisman. But that's the gasket and the diaphragm for the Pulsa jet Briggs carburetor. I'm going to just put it in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it sounds like right now. This is just my theory that the diaphragm and the gasket are worn so that it doesn't run right. You know, it's running very rich. But it starts. And the primer, we've cleaned this carburetor before. The primer works very well. It runs well for the first second or two. Son of a gun. It's been sitting around for a couple of days while I was waiting for that gasket to come. So something happened in between that time. So when I cleaned the carburetor, I sprayed carb clean all over it. So you know what carb clean does to gaskets and rubber parts? It blows it up, you know. So maybe during that time, it has shrunk back into place again, and now it runs good. So I'm going to run it a little bit while longer just to see if it goes bad. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to change it. So I'm just going to clamp off the handle and let it run for a little while and see if it continues to run well. If it doesn't, then I'll change the diaphragm. This video was supposed to how to change a diaphragm and gasket on a Pulsa jet Briggs engine. But if it runs good, my motto is, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? I'm going to let it run for a bit.
for about 2 minutes, and sure enough, it's starting to run like crap now. Looks like we're gonna change the gasket and diaphragm on a Pulsa jet type carburetor for the Briggs and Stratton.
So great. Now I do get to do a video on how to change a Pulsa jet diaphragm and gasket. Fortunate for me, it's well, for everybody, it's really easy to change this gasket and diaphragm. You just remove this flathead thing that's holding the air filter base and air filter. Take the bolt completely off, and you can push it up, slide it out like that, right? Otherwise you'd have to take off the engine cowling cover. That's the makeshift spring that I made. It works fine. So number one, oh, I do remember where I got this mower now from. I sold my Honda caster wheel lawnmower to somebody, and he gave me his old one. So it's a 1-inch bolt, pretty long one there. Some of them have spacers in between. I don't think this one does. And now you switch it to a 3/8 bit if you're using your impact driver. 3/8 bolt right here that holds it. Really easy. And then just pull it right off like that. See? Disconnect the spring for a second. And there's a Z-bend right here for the throttle governor. Gotta rotate it. There we go. Thought I had more gas in there. You know, gas is kind of funky too, so that could be it. So now we have 5 Phillips screws in there. It's so much more pleasant working when it's not hotter than hell. I'm going to get a lot of work done today. Going to find some wheels for that other one. Bend back that thing. This just comes off like that. As you can see, there's the float bowl, right? The bowl, actually, the gas bowl. There's no float, and the gas is kind of yellow. You know, that contributes to the engine not running right. Anyway, so this is the Pulsa jet carburetor. It's plastic. It's been cleaned, right? And here is the condition of the gasket. See? Let's pull it off just like that. Let me lay that there so we can get a good look at it. So it came off just like that. See that? The diaphragm is on the bottom. Flipped over. Gasket's on the top. So if you take a look at the condition of this, it's kind of wrinkly over here, right? Some gaps there. See that? See the wrinkly parts? And this part here is so loose. Even though it is kind of rubbery, you know, it's supposed to be tight and rubbery. There are times that I've seen these things harder than a rock. There's no give, you know, crisp.
and that never works either. So, I mean, there's just too much looseness here, but seems like actually it's, you know, rubbery. But I think there's just too much play here, too much give, too much stretch. So I'm going to get the new one. So here's the new one. Reisman 80-31-035. I don't know if that's normally the number, because that's not the number I used to look it up. I just went on eBay and searched Briggs Pulsa jet diaphragm, and it came up. And then what you do is, when you find the part number to this, right, you put it into eBay again on the search, right, and then it comes up a whole bunch of results. Then you do the sort, lowest plus shipping, and this is what I found: $1.84 free shipping. So I paid less than $2 for this. As cheap as I am, I'll pay $2 to get a mower running well. So this is the hard diaphragm over here, right? Damn, now I forgot. Yep, okay. So the flimsy diaphragm part, if you look at it now, see? There's no big droop of a sag in this area here. So this goes on the bottom, right? I don't know. It doesn't seem right. This one has to go up first. Aha, there we go. See, there's a spring here. That's what stretches the diaphragm. That's kind of hard to do. That's some yucky gas there. I'm going to blow that out. Got some yucky rags over here. If you look right in there, it's yucky, right? So we'll just pour that out a little. Blow that out. Nice and clean now. Alright. So we've got it set up like this, right? I'm a little worried about that spring, because it's pushing it out, you know? Just put it like that. Use your fingers and try to line up the holes. Move it around so you don't pinch the gasket or the diaphragm. You don't want to trash it before you even did anything to it yet. You know? You can see from the top that you're not going to shove in a screw if you can see gasket. You know, you want to make sure that you don't see any gasket, because once you shove in that screw, you're going to break the gasket, right?
I'm just doing a cross pattern because of force of habit. Doesn't have to be torqued tight. Remember, it's just a carburetor, and it's plastic. It's good enough. My makeshift spring. Z-bend governor linkage. There's a little hole there. Put the spring into that hole. Connect this onto this. Now there's a breather hose over here, and then the intake manifold over there. You just push it in. Wiggle it so it goes all the way in. Breather hose connects onto it. Nice and tight. I'll put the 3/8 bolt in first. If I can find it. There it is. Get my 1/2-inch socket with impact bit adapter. This one doesn't have a spacer, but kinda has a spacer. You have to grab the spacer and hold it in there. It's a stupid idea. I don't know why they did that. This is much better. So, this is how it goes sometimes, alright? The way this is designed is that fuel bowl, right? You know, that little area where I blew it out, that has to have fuel in it for this to work. So sometimes it'll take a while for you to suck enough gas into that bowl for it to prime. So we're going to try priming it now. I'm going to move this upwards so you guys can see. I'm going to have to hold it because you can't see. Alright, here we go. Ooh! It's priming already, see it? Alright. Never fails. With the Pulsa jets, that's a common problem. Is old diaphragms and gaskets that cause it just to the fuel air mixture is just not right because of the worn gaskets and diaphragm, and that's it. $1.84 and you can fix your lawnmower. Just that easy. So now it runs good, and I could list it for sale. You know, this is a push mower. I mean, it's got a bagger and stuff, which is definitely always a plus. But I won't get more than 125. 125 is pushing it. I mean, you'll be lucky to get 125 for it, you know. But this one's in decent shape, you know. Some nut will give me 125 for it. And if not, I'll let this go for $100. And then if it comes to before winter time and I still have it, I'll sell it for 80 or 75. If not, I'll just keep it for next season, you know? I'll tell you, this thing will go before September. Why? Because that's when here in the East Coast, the trees, the leaves start to fall from the trees. And what's a bonus for that? You don't have to rake the leaves if you have a mower with a bagger. Sucks the leaves right up. You don't have to do that back-breaking work of raking leaves. Who rakes leaves, man? Damn. Anyway, so that's how you fix a poor running Briggs engine with a Pulsa jet carburetor on it. Just change the gaskets for $1.84 and then you're good to go. If you guys want to watch, I'm going to try to fix that one. If not, hope you enjoyed the video for how to fix a Pulsa jet carburetor. Just FYI, I don't throw anything away. I'll actually keep this. You know why? Because we know that that it actually runs with this in it. Granted, it runs poorly, but it still runs. One day I'm going to run into another one of these things that has a gasket worse than this and it won't even run. So I'm going to keep this so I can at least test to see if it runs. You know? It doesn't take up any space. It's paper almost. Putting it on my grass and taking some pictures. Nice pictures to list on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or the Let Go app. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next vlog. Have a great day.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.